Hi, my name is Mitchell Rigsby. I graduated from the Home of Grace in December 2017. I went to the Home of Grace because I abused alcohol. It was an abuse that I lived with for many years. I started drinking when I was 21. At first, it was a social thing to do, but over time, as life went on with kids and work, it became more of a crutch, more of a habit that I did on a more regular basis, and eventually turned into a problem to where I was lying about it, to where I was drinking during the day, lying to my boss, my wife. It was consuming my life. In the fall of 2017, my wife and I got in an argument about it. All my lies came kind of crashing in, and it was kind of revealed what I was really doing. So I had to make a decision at that point to either continue down the road I was going and lose my family, my wife, my kids, my job, or to step up and be the man that God's really called me to be. I decided then and there to attend the Home of Grace. It wasn't an easy decision. It wasn't the first time that I had been presented with the opportunity, but I knew at this point that I was ready. So I called up my good friend Joey and talked it through, and filled out the application to Home of Grace, and within 2 weeks I was on my way. It was the best decision I've ever made. Immediately when I made the decision, before I even went down there, I felt a big burden lifted off my shoulders. Just a weight and a calmness from everyone and God saying that this is the right decision and this is what you're supposed to do. So fast forward 3 months at the Home of Grace. It was an outstanding experience. I've never been met with so much compassion and grace as I was when I was down there. There was no judgment. It was just a faith-centered addiction recovery, and they gave you what you needed without pressuring you. You did it on your terms or you didn't do it. If you didn't want to be there, you didn't have to be there. And I think that's helpful because you're not surrounded by people that aren't serious, and that's an important part in recovery. So fast forward 3 or 4 years, I graduated. My marriage is better. We still work at it. It's not all sunshine and roses. Me and my wife Katie, we work at it together. I'm there for my kids. I'm an attentive father, or I try to be. I still have a job. I'm very active in my church. I've told people it's crazy to think where I've come in 3 or 4 years and the trust that people have put in me since then. Throughout the recovery in the past 3 or 4 years, the Valley of Grace has been gaining traction, and Katie and I have been happy to be a part of it when we can. Joey and Darcy are just awesome people and have worked miracles out here. But the Valley of Grace is just absolutely critical. I mean, any county, every state could use something like the Valley of Grace. And it's not just about these buildings. The Valley of Grace, before these buildings even existed, it was an idea. And that's what this community needs. The idea that there's somebody, something out there for the addict that is centered around God, is centered around faith, that believes in you and is willing to work with you at all costs.